Hey guys, sorry for my appearance. I'm currently practicing social distancing and isolation, so therefore I'm not really making any effort to get ready because there's nowhere to go. Um, it's no secret that our world is falling apart, and every 2 weeks it goes by, it just seems to not get any better, virus-wise. And I learned this morning that someone I know that's close to me, I haven't seen her in a while. It's been about a year, I would say, since I've seen her last in person. But I found out that she has the virus now, and she's a nurse. And it's getting scary the closer that this gets, and the more people I know are getting it. And what's even scarier is how much time can go by before you even know that you have it. And I really worry a lot now. And like this weekend has kind of been full of anxiety and craziness and worry amongst being home. I've been home all weekend. I didn't go anywhere, not even to the store. I've got somebody bringing me stuff that I need. And then it's probably going to be another week before my online store order will be ready for me to pick up. And it is expected, I guess, according to the media. I haven't really watched much of it because it just fires my anxiety. But it's expected that the next 2 weeks are going to be crucial, and there might be a peak in cases. And that kind of really scares me. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll see a slowdown after that. I know that our governor, where I live, has extended our stay-at-home order for another 2 weeks, and I still have to put myself at risk almost daily going to my job because we still are open for right now and we're still working. I'm grateful for every day that I'm there because I need the money, but I worry about everybody there. I stay pretty much isolated during the day, but there are a lot of people that don't. And, it just concerns me. And I really don't want something to happen at our facility because I know that if it does, we may be ordered to do a complete shutdown, and the odds of us coming back from that are very slim. And, a friend of mine thought it would be cool to goof off, and he lost his job on the spot because of what he did. And, that shows you how scared and how stressed we are as a company. Because we're not willing to talk about things with people or negotiate. If you show any inkling that, number one, you're not busy, or number two, you don't want to be there and you have the wrong attitude, they've just been like this with people. And I don't blame them, because it's a crucial time for our company right now, as things ramp up and, as we await news from our customers as to when they're going to open back up. And there's a lot of factors at play when it comes to them opening back up because it depends on what contracts they're under and what orders the states that they are headquartered in are under. The only thing keeping us open is our government contract that we have. Anyway, I also thought I would just come on here and tell you or talk to you about like what my opinion is in terms of where businesses are going with this. And I don't know if any of this is fact. This is just my opinion based on how things are going right now. I don't see us having any more malls. We might have outdoor malls that have already been around for a while, but I don't see us having any of the malls that we're used to seeing and know and love, because they were already on their way out anyway, and this virus just kind of finished the job, in my opinion. So that's kind of scary. As far as like retail goes and like how our economy is going to fare from this, I see this going on for a whole year. Even after things get lifted and we're allowed to go places, I see our recovery process taking every bit of a year, if not more. And I apologize if this video is boring. It's just kind of talking about a hot issue right now, and it's what's been on my mind right now lately. And I also have a couple of other items I can show you, which I might here in a few minutes. I've got a book that I've been working on that I kind of previewed in one of my first videos that I bought. And it's a book that has a bunch of prompts in it, and you're supposed to follow the prompts. It's kind of like Wreck This Journal, only you're not really wrecking the book. You're just doing a different project on every page. But anyway, I hope you guys are all staying safe and staying healthy. I think the best way we can beat this is what we're doing now as a nation, as best as we can, is by staying home. I know this isn't ideal. I'm just as frustrated as a lot of people about it, and I am a homebody, but, there are days where I want to go out and do stuff, and it is kind of hard knowing that we can't. But I would rather be doing what I'm doing now than fighting for my life on a ventilator. And I'm very scared for my friend that has this virus, and I really hope that she's able to keep it under control. As far as I know right now, based on what she's posted out on social media, is the symptoms are mild right now. She has everything that is on the list of what you're to get when you get it, but they're very mild, and she's trying to keep it under control, and she's got some meds that have been helping her, and people are reaching out to her and doing porch drop-offs for what she needs, and that's great. I think we need more of that as well. We need more people helping the sick when they can't be out, because I do think that's also why cases are spiking, because people that have it are on their own and they don't have a way to get what they need other than going out and getting it. Or you've got the cocky people that have it and don't care and want to spread it, and then you've also got the group that doesn't know they have it and they're spreading it. Like, for all I know, I may have it and don't know it, that's the scary thing, is a lot of us can be carriers for it and never necessarily get sick or need hospitalization. And that scares me, because it's like, how long does that last in that case? Like, how long are you a risk to people? You don't know. And there's people that don't know. I just hope you guys are all doing okay and you have what you need. I'm also trying to keep what I need available to myself as well, so I don't have to go out. I highly recommend, if you guys are going to the store, to stop going to the store and do click lists or online orders or grocery delivery. That would be a great way to keep you safe from, the main bacterias and stuff. And there's also a part of me that's very frustrated and angry about this side of living, because I know that we can't live like this forever, and we can't live in fear forever. Because if you think about it, you're putting yourself at risk to get sick no matter what you do. Even at your own home, you're at risk for catching something or some kind of bacteria, because it is virtually impossible to eradicate everything. And flu season always has its spikes, like I've said in previous videos, and, it's at its spike right now. I don't know what we're going to do when this spikes back up in the fall, because I guess it's kind of heat resistant from what I can hear and what I can tell in the media, but there's also people getting it in Australia and places where it's summertime now. So I don't know, I don't think any of us really know, and it's something that's just gone out of control. Part of me believes that this virus is man-made, just because of how quickly it spread all over the world. I feel like this was man-made, and it was something that I don't think they completely finished, and they've let get out of control. I do think biological warfare is a very real thing, because a lot of countries know that we can't control something like that very well, and it's not as easy to eradicate as it would be to actually have a warfare with weapons and bombs and all kinds of stuff, Anyway, I'm not trying to fearmonger or alarm you with these videos. I'm just kind of talking about my thoughts and feelings about this. And I'm going through all the emotions like everybody else. I feel annoyed and frustrated and angry, and it's like, when will this stop? When will enough be enough? When will we draw the line? And it's very scary, and I foresee, when this gets lifted and people are allowed to go places again, I foresee it also being a problem, because I feel like everywhere you go, it will be wall-to-wall people. And my plans are kind of to stay home a little bit longer than recommended for that reason, because I worry about a spike in cases in that situation. And I think our president is also aware of that being a concern. Whether or not you like him or not, or where you stand, he at least has the notion to know, yes, that is a risk, that cases will spike back up, you know, when we let people out again. And, you know, and that's the thing to be mindful too, is just because they let the floodgates open and they open everything up again doesn't mean you should flock to all those places, because that's what everybody's idea is going to be if you think about it. And it's going to be crowded. There'll be lines at stores, and it's not even worth it, in my opinion. You know, it might be better for some of us to stay home a little bit longer, even after that, you know, but it's completely up to person. This is just my recommendation based on what I think the world's going to do. Anyway, you know, I'm having a hard time with it, and now it's getting close to home with somebody that I know having it, and you know, it's really shocking to me, and it's making me really nervous and leery. I mean, I know she probably, as a nurse, puts herself at risk by exposing herself to people that have these conditions, but still, it's just really scary because I know her and she doesn't live too far from me, and I don't know, it just makes me worried. You know, if staying home isn't going to be enough, if we're still going to be at risk no matter what, you know. It's like one of those things where I feel like I'm living in the Walking Dead series, you know, where I don't know if some of you have seen it, but those of you who have seen it, there's an episode where Rick Grimes says we're all infected because they figured out that they are, because somebody died and still came back, you know, and they're figuring out that everybody that dies comes back as a zombie unless their brains are destroyed. It's like one of those things, you know, and only it's real life. It's not TV. It's not a TV show. It's like reality, and it's scary. Anyway, on a lighter note, I guess I can show you my book, what I've done so far with it. And if you go back into my videos, one of my first ones shows you this book and my Wreck This Journal book. This is Create This Book, and it's by Mariah Elizabeth, and she makes it so that you can create your own style on it, and there's prompts on every page. I follow her on YouTube because she's a very great outlet for me to you know, work with my anxiety and try to tone it down when I'm feeling that way. Anyway, here's the front. I kind of colored it with pens and pencils, and I covered it with Mod Podge, and there's the front, and then there's the back. I kind of left the back directions open, and I just kind of painted on the sides. And then there's the first page, the title page. I colored it with crayon. I did the same thing in here, and I added a sticker. I did some designs. I didn't do anything with this page because it kind of gives you the tips and tricks on what to use. And this page, I guess it says to fill in the stars as you complete each task, and I kind of did like a star design on all of it, and I used pen here. You got to be careful with what media you use because a lot of stuff will bleed through, which you'll find out later on in this book. It really does bleed through. This says to do something with your name, make it fancy, and so I just kind of doodled with my my pens on this page. Then this page asks you to create a rule for each page, and mine is to date each page. I had a piece of paper come out. It's okay. I have to date each page. That's my rule box. And then this is to do one color, so I picked purple. And I just did various purple designs. I messed up here because there's another page I will explain later that bled through, and I used the wrong media, and I paid for it later. So, you know, obviously I paid for it here. So I'll explain what this page is. Basically, this page says to do things you like and dislike, and I wrote in pencil. You know, I can tell you a few things. Like, I don't like alarms, debt, chores, bills. And then I like flowers. I like movies, family, friends, art, and books, for example. So it's too hard to read right now because that page bled through. Now, here's the problem child. This says to create something while listening to music. I was listening to Group Love, and I decided to do a rainbow with paint brush pens, and that was a mistake because it bled through. This is a page of trash. So I took cinnamon roll wrapper and a Cheetos bag and a stamp, and I have a candy wrapper on the floor that fell out of here and just kind of glued it to the page. You know, I didn't glue the candy wrapper, obviously. Then this says to create a pet. So last night I went with the mistake that was right here from the page that bled through, and I made a rainbow striped llama, and his name is No Drama Llama, and then this is his selfie. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's the llama, and there's his selfie. And then that's as far as I've gotten so far. I didn't really date this page because it's kind of a work in progress. This is a page of stickers. And so I got a bunch of mental health stickers online, and I thought they were really cool. Like, this is serotonin. And then the rest of this has, like, just quotes and stuff. And, like, I thought this would make a good tattoo. You know, I don't know if I'll ever get one, but if I ever had one, that probably would be one that I would choose. I haven't done anything else in any of the other pages yet, but it's a work in progress, and I'll update you guys from time to time on the videos. Yeah, so I'm going to sign off here. I just thought I would get on briefly and kind of tell you where I'm at and, you know, share my thoughts. You know, I'm praying more now than I ever was before about things, you know, with this, and I appreciate the prayers in return from you guys. Because it's ever so important now with all this going on, and I'm hoping that we see an end to it soon. You know, I know we probably won't economically see an end to it, but I'm hoping that we see an end to the virus itself, you know, in the near future. It's uncertain. We don't know. But my hope is that maybe we will see at least an end in that, and then we can start picking up the pieces economically when it's over. It still won't be a fun life economically, but once the virus ends, there'll be a way to start slowly but surely picking up the pieces. And then I'm hoping that maybe by the time it would spike in the fall, we would have treatment plans out there and know exactly what to do for people and order those that have it to not come in contact with others. I know Kentucky right now is putting people under house arrest that refuse to abide by the orders when they know they have it. And I think that's a terrific idea because there are people that just don't care and they refuse to follow anything that they're forced to follow. But anyway, I got people trying to get a hold of me, so I'm going to sign off here right now and hopefully get this uploaded tonight. I apologize for the late vlog. I meant to do this earlier this weekend, but I just kind of let time get away from me, and I let anxiety get the best of me last couple of days, so I just had to do some self-care. I'm sure you guys understand, and you're all in the same boat. I'm thinking of you guys. My thoughts are with you just as your thoughts are with me. So, anyway, I will post more as I have more thoughts and more updates. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and staying home.